Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, fresh from one of the games that you will see in this video, and oh boy, was it a game! I think that was the most epic game I have ever played. Wow, when you see the game you will know exactly where I came from in this intro. So I will throw a few quick games and there will be a mega game. You will see which one is it. So if you enjoy long control games, you will love this one. Okay, back to the deck because we actually didn't talk about the deck at all. So basically, this is Simic. This is Simic that ramps heavily, very heavily, and wants to create a big creatures. If you fall behind on the tempo, you have things like Cyclone Summoner that can bounce everything, and it might or not might be a big star of one of the games. Who knows? Nobody. So we have Cyclone Summoner, Titan of Industry. We have Koma. Actually, I really like the Koma. Maybe we should play two of them. I'm not sure yet. We also have Seagate Restoration, one off, and Turntimber Symbiosis, whatever. The Greenland, right? And this one is pretty strong because it can search for the Cyclone Summoner very quickly, and sometimes you have situations when you need this. So I think it's okay. Maybe you can go for more Seagate Restorations. It depends on the playstyle, I think. Okay, and we have very interesting choices. We have one Tamiyo. Maybe we should have more, because I really like Tamiyo, and you will see how powerful this card can be in many situations. So maybe we could play 2 and 2. Hard to say, they have both pros and cons. Glorious Sunrise, the big card of this deck, it's only one off, so you might think it's not important, but this actually is such a big card you wouldn't believe, because when you have this in the play, not only you can gain life and stabilize, not only you can draw a card every single turn, and we have ways to enable it, so we will talk about it in a second, but also you have this great ability, target land gains at 3 green until end of turns, and guess how it combos with the Cyclone Summoner? Very well, because you can basically ensure that you have even more tempo advantage. Not only you have a 7 drop in the game, you also can cast additional like ramp 2 in this one turn. So yeah, you bounce it, but this is basically ATB, so you don't need to replay it the turn after. You can get the mana, replay your creatures, and then when they attack, you just play this and give them trample. So that's actually such a big card for the deck that, it's easy to oversee it. But in the games you will see how great it synergizes with the Cyclone Summoner. Of course, Titan of Industry is really important because that's your like big power on the board, especially with Glorious Sunrise. It's basically what, 5/5 and 8/8 with trample, so 13 damage on the board, so that's huge. Okay. For the other cards, we have Esika's Chariot, so this is why we go more into Wrenn and Seven, because of course you can copy the tokens. We have Topiary Stomper, because this is amazing card and we really like it. We have 4 Emergent Sequence. You know that I'm not the biggest fan of this card, but in this case it has some merit, because we play more than one land a turn very often, because we have either Azusa's Menace Journeys, Topiary Stomper, or a Cultivator, or even Wrenn and Seven, so you can actually just put infinity lands from your hand into battlefield, then cast the Emergent Sequence, and it can be like whatever, 5/5 or 6/6. So there are some merits, but to be honest, if something was replaced, probably that would be one of the cards. Yeah, it's hard choice, because this is the deck for this card. Basically, we can abuse this mechanic of creating more lands than one a turn, but I'm still not sure if it's good enough. Okay, and Azusa's Mana Journey, this is very good because it ramps you, it heals you, and most importantly, at some point you will have a creature that has 3/3, and guess what? It synergizes with this so perfectly. So when you cast it on the curve, you start drawing cards with Azusa Mana Journeys, and if enemy cannot answer your 2 cards a turn, you will get advantage sooner or later. So that's pretty nice combination. And card that I really like in this deck, I think this is only 2 of them, but it's one of the big cards for the deck. Decisive Denial, Negate and Infernal Grasp in one. So in this deck we can use both sides very efficiently. We have Stomper, that is perfect combination because it's cheap, it ramps, so you don't invest turn into creature, you basically ramp. But still, you can remove something that is huge. And usually don't even lose the Stomper because it's quite high toughness. We have same situation with Cultivator, but it kills a bit worse because it has only 3 damage instead of 4. So I really like the card, and the fact that you can negate pretty much most of the plays if enemy doesn't expect it is just so good. So that is the deck, and like this deck is doing things. Like it's really interesting one. I like Simic. It plays differently than the other Simic decks I've showcased, even though the cards might seem similar. This feels like mostly a Cyclone Summoner deck into like Glorious Sunrise and Rebuilding, something like this. And Tamiyo is some card that I really like in the deck, so whenever deck has a Tamiyo, it has already like full positive from my side, and I'm really happy to test the deck. How efficient this deck is? It's okay. Like, it's good. It's around 52, I think 52 win rate, 52% win rate, sorry, man, I'm confused. 52% win rate is the average for the deck, so it's generally more winning than losing, but it will lose. It will lose games, it will win some games. So, you know, for a Mythic, it's just a okay deck that's decent enough to play it and not tank the rank. But generally, it's not also like busted and things like this, and you will just plow through ladder. It's not this kind of deck. But it's fun, it's strong, and you can play with it and not lose too much rank, and maybe even win if you play it well. Oh man, I guess the intro is too long because I can't talk anymore. So, yeah, as always, if you like this kind of decks, subscribe. I really do appreciate everyone that did subscribe, and it helps to grow the channel more than anything else. So, you know, if you see the video and the channel for the first time, consider subscribing because it really does help. And with this, let's go into the games. I will match the special game and throw the few quick ones in before, so we can get the feeling of the deck outside of this one huge ass game. So enjoy the game, I hope you do. Okay, this is actually a type of hand that we want, and we are on the play. Because we deserve it. We deserve being on the play. We have Tamiyo as well, so that's really good with the ramp. We definitely start with Jwari here. We need every land we can get. And this will be our next turn play. A bit unfortunate. Man, if he can sacrifice it and kill this. Okay, so it will be 2-2. So actually, let's go for the forest, for the Stomper. I'm scared. If he removes it, that's so good for him. Okay, and he did not. Is this the Jwari? Man, are we really getting Jwari again? Because I want to cast Tamiyo right now so freaking hard. You cannot even believe how much I want to cast her. That was a very quick nothing. You know what? We need to go for the funsies. And the funsies is definitely playing Tamiyo. Except enemy against enemy 2 mana draw. Let's tap this little Gust and make him useless for the rest of the game. And you can see the power of Tamiyo early game, like with the ramp especially, because the difference between turn 3 and turn 4 is just huge here. Like if he can remove her, we still play. If he cannot, I think it will outvalue him so freaking hard very quickly. Oh man, that's really good. I don't think we won. So you start generally with Planewalker abilities, because if you do something, they can answer by killing it, and it's not instant. Field of Ruin. Yeah, he probably has basics. So let's play like... No. We actually want to play it like this. First ramp. You want to ramp as quickly as possible. And I think we go for the island here. So we make sure we have nice and easy mana, and forests are plenty in this deck, so we will draw one. And Jwari, I think, is a spell here. So we will Jwari whatever he plays for the 4 mana. Like, look at how much pressure we created already. Like, even if we don't play anything else for the rest of the game, it's enough. It's enough. I even think we don't play anything else. We just keep up the mana. Oh, by the way, we have a Vigilancer. We can steal Jwari and Memory Deluge. You know what? I'm happy about this. I will take more lands, no problem. Enemy is paying cards for this. Not only he's losing cards, but he... oh man, and he tapped out. That's a decision you can make. But how good is this decision right now, my friend? Okay, that was definitely not cringe at all. So, enemy has 4 cards. We have full board. Oh, you sneaky bastard. I hate you so much right now. That's a good one. That's a good one. I like it. Deserved. But still, like, we have the Stomper. It can crew the Chariot. And don't forget, Tamiyo makes tokens. Tamiyo makes tokens. And you can predict what's going on with this, right? We tap like this. Oh, we don't have too much green, so let's actually think about this, because if we want the Decisive Denial, we need to do it in a different way. Oh, we can take lands for free. I didn't realize it. You know what? That's actually pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool, but I will still take my thingy. So, let's tap your treasure, because we can also do it on the artifact. And it won't untap next turn, so that's pretty sweet. I still think that's a play, but the fact that you can minus and get land for free, that's actually quite insane. You can take so many cool lands with this. So we crew. That's basically a haste. And also it creates a token, so I think we would... No, non-land, man, I'm so stupid, I need to read the card that I'm using. So, exile target, non-land permanent. So, my bad, completely scrapped this whole narration. It didn't happen, we never talked about it. Nothing was there. So it means they have answer for Tamiyo if they play Totawara. Otherwise they would bounce it. Oh man, I hate you. I hate you so much. Why are you a good player? And we actually aren't great player because we have Decisive Denial. So, you know, we could do something around it. I like tapping your creatures.
Bow before Phyrexia.
You control this one. Enemy controls this one. Smark. Easy. You only have 2 blockers, that's nothing for our crazy dinosaur. To combat, 2 attackers. I prefer this one. Blockers, yep. Instead of the Chariot, because we don't have token. This one is legendary, right? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is Jwari. We have Decisive Denial, so I think that should be enough for whatever comes. So we threaten the ultimate. I think this is the last turn for the enemy, really. I wouldn't be surprised if he scoops. 4. I don't know if we really care, to be perfectly honest. Like, you know what? Sure. You got it. We could counter it very easily, but I actually don't mind it. I want to kill the spider, and we have chariots, so probably whatever we do, we just, you know, draw some big creature and crew it, so we probably attack anyway. What's going on? Is the game frozen, or he has some triggers that he didn't do? It's getting awkward, my friend. Nobody has priority. I don't think, like, if he plays it... Oh, he needs to choose the copy. Yeah. So he didn't click it. Sure. And by the way, Memory Deluge will be 5 mana with the Tamiyo thingy. And we need to protect Tamiyo. And as I said, I will cast Memory Deluge and tap out. So enemy has 2 mana. I don't think they have Planewalker removal. So I will play it. It might be a mistake. It might not be a mistake. Stomper. And Cultivator. I like those cards. See? Very easy to draw into some kind of crewing creature. First of all, let's do it, because it gives us discounts. Oh yeah, that feels cool. That feels cool. We can even protect it a bit, so that's pretty awesome. And now we don't tap Field of Ruin. Everything we cast is just so cheap right now. It's freaking amazing. Oh right, and we get more lands, I forgot. Whatever you do, you will just keep having more and more lands. Let's do it like this. Man, you know the trick? Do you know the trick? We will make a trick. Yep. Because... Oh... Oh yeah, oh yes. No cards for you, my friend. You need to top deck this. And this one is untapped. So we get additional card draw. See? That's actually such a good play. So we can go for the kill or go for the control. Okay, we want to kill the Hall of the Storm Giants, so for this reason we don't tap out. Easy. Easiest top deck of my life. Like, exactly the card that we didn't want him to have. It's still not enough, but you know. And that's what happens when you play Tamiyo on turn 3 with the ramp. So, yeah, man, I like Tamiyo so much. It's such an underrated card. One of the best planewalkers, maybe. Okay, maybe I overdid it, but I like her so much. More than I should probably, but it's just such a fun card. You know what? I do like this hand. That's pretty okay. Let's start with this one, so we don't need to make decisions. That's what we always like, not to make any decisions. Gourd Hound, so this will be this kind of treasure thing. Okay, so this one will be green for double green. This will be Azusa's Many Journeys for the land. And we are ramping like crazy. We will be to 5 mana if we draw a land, or I guess we cast this, right? So we will be up to 5 mana when enemy has 2, so that's pretty good. And that's a Jwari. Man, I'm so tempted to pay. But honestly, we shouldn't pay, right? Yeah, especially this one is tapped, so no sense really. Okay, which we want? I still think it's green. The second one will take the blue, if we want. Oh man, Decisions. So we won't counter the 3-drop. I don't think we'll have time for Jwari. I think it will be like Stomper game and then maybe Cyclone Summoner or something like this. Okay, I think they should have something like Sticky Fingers or whatever. Okay, that's a removal. Okay, sure. That means they don't get an attack and the treasure. By the way, they should have attacked, it had menace, so a bit of a small misplay on their part. We'll see if it makes any difference for the rest of the game. We can go up to 6. So we go Stomper for, I believe, green. See, enemy cannot handle the Stompers. Like, there are too many Stompers. So we would get to 7, and then we would so the plan was to go into 7 lands, 5, 6, and 7, then cast this, and if anything goes wrong, just Cyclone Summoner, right? Okay, I do like this hand. It's a bit slow, and we need to hit a land, but overall it's okay. We start with this one. It's way too early to have it, like as a spell. We need double blue for a lot of cards. I think we go blue. Because then if we whiff on the correct mana for Deluge, we could cast Cultivator, or like, you know, if we don't have double green, we just go for this, but we will, of course. We need to hit the land. Oh man, if we whiff from the land this turn, we are done. Donzo. And enemy is playing the irritating deck, so that's not great because we don't have good removal. Like, we can bounce their 1-drops and we whiffed. I think the game is over, frankly, at this point. Like, we whiffed and enemy has every setup he wants. We exactly needed 4 mana to just go for the rest of the game. And I think from the start, right? In any of the cards we didn't draw a single land. Maybe if it... Wow. The game is over. Nice. Enjoyable Magic experience, definitely. Like, it's not the worst, but we are so heavy on the high drops here, and we only have 2 lands. I honestly think it's a mulligan. We also don't have any ramp. You know what? This one is better. I think it's like this. Because Azusa has some value. Like, in the end, it's a 3/3 creature. Wow, thank you, game. Thank you. Thank you for this amazing draw. We are super short on lands, so we will go Jwari, and that was a mistake. And I will pay 3 life too. Oh man, that's so bad. And we weren't rescued by the forest, so yeah, it shouldn't be Jwari, it should be this one. Then this, and then we play this into this. That was the correct play. Sure, I will pay life for my learning experience. And I don't want the creature for their Qatar, because it lines up so perfectly. And let's get rid of the hole, which is now tapped forever. Okay, and Halana and Alina incoming in 2 turns. Okay, 3 life, please. Thank you. Okay, forest. Definitely forest. It has to be this one. Unfortunately, they are perfectly above the 4/4. Like, they are at 4/4. So that's a small issue. But we'll get some creatures next turn and go Wrenn. And Wrenn is a huge card, but it cannot outpace the Halana if they go into her. So he wants to trade. It means that he has something else. And frankly, I guess we should. Our 4-drop for their 2-drop. Okay, good. We needed this small tempo advantage. Okay, so right now we have blocker. You know what? We will do the freaking fun thing that you have probably never seen, and I didn't as well. Wow, 1 land. Thank you, game. Thank you. Okay. You might think it's a ramp deck. It's not a freaking ramp deck. We don't play our lands because they are not good enough for us. Oh man. Okay, I wanted to use the 0 to play 4 lands in a turn and then make it 5/5. So for once you see it bigger than a 2/2, but it was not enough. So enemy got a bit mana screwed, we got very good opening, and that was it. Okay, this one is interesting. We have a bit of ramp, actually quite a lot of ramp, and we are playing against Max Bro. Let's see how bro he is. I have high expectations for you, my friend. Like, this Nick really forces you to be a cool guy. Okay, so this means he's definitely playing some creatures, right? Like some crazy big creatures. So we want to counter them. We have enough lands to invest Jwari as a counterspell. You have to play something good, right? Easy. Thank you. That's exactly the cards I wanted to see. Enjoy your 1/1 for 2 mana. Oh, you can feel the sadness. Okay, and now we ramp. Because we are a ramper. Addicted ramper. And now we get back all the tempo that we lost for Jwari. Yep. I don't think it enters the battlefield. It's a transform, so it means that it just switches into other card, but it's not a creature that enters the battlefield, so I would expect not to get my 1 HP that I really deserved. Next turn will be interesting. If we draw a card, we can still have 3 mana with the Glorious Sunrise. Or we can just keep drawing cards every turn. Like it's not... Oh man, I love you so much. He is a max bro, because he's playing Tamiyo. And we know that every cool bro plays Tamiyo.
You do not write the story.
I'm impressed. Consider me really impressed. So we... Oh no, it's for the next turn. So this... Okay, this is interesting. I honestly think we go for the better Tamiyo because... Sorry, but our Tamiyo is just better. Do we have something? We don't. So, it's not the most crucial thing because he still gets the effect, but we are ahead in Tamiyo battle. So right now he needs to respond to our Tamiyo even though we played it like second. Okay, so he decided to not go for the value but for the tempo. So that's interesting choice. Really interesting one. I think it's Glorious Sunrise, most likely. Don't forget, we have like some big Cyclone Summoner stuff. Oh, so we do get life. Okay, that's something I didn't know. We definitely tap. I could tap the treasures as well, but I prefer the creature.
You cannot delay our victory.
Oh man, I would like to. I would like to draw so much. It might be Wrenn. They won't be able to kill everything, right? Man, all of them are so appealing. This draws us cards, like lands. This will give us card every single turn forever. Everyone is so tempting, and this gives us land drop for the turn. And also token for the next one. So the point is Tamiyo, right? So we can go until Cyclone Summoner. They have 3 creatures, only 2 attacking, so we can block right now what we see in the board. Next turn, if we draw a land, it's Cultivator. You know what? Let's do it like this. Let's force him to get even more stuff. Oh, that's such a good draw. And never miss a land drop. Never miss a land drop. You generally want to protect this. Maybe not protect, but not throw it under the bus, because you really want to draw cards with this. So enemy is an epicer. He can sneak 1 damage. So probably this is 1 damage to Tamiyo, because he can tap with his Tamiyo. Problem is, what then? You have 2 planeswalkers that are growing every turn, and that's pretty devastating, honestly. Yep, I agree. Man, I'm first time on the receiving end of Tamiyo, and I can see the frustration. Like, the fact it's tapped is okay, but the fact that it doesn't untap, man, it's my creature, give it back. So, yeah, you can clearly feel the power is there. I shouldn't highlight it. Okay, so he's playing this version with Storm. Okay, that's interesting. What will he hit? Maybe we could have tapped one of the treasures to prevent it. Okay, So we are basically in the same spot right now. I really don't like that we cannot ultimate the Tamiyo. That would be so freaking good. But I think with Glorious Sunrise, it's also pretty good. We will have exactly 4 mana for Otawara if we want. And we have way more lands than the enemy, so our tree is bigger. Bigger and better. 7 mana, 8 with the land, so he cannot storm next turn. Please attack with both of them. What? Is that really the play? That's so suspicious. I'm pretty sure I will just ultimate. It is unfortunate that... Man, I want the ultimate. I want the ultimate so much right now. Give me. Give it. I want my chip cards. Yes, please. And I want more cards. Oh man. Can you feel the power? Can you freaking feel the power? Okay, what exactly? Target lands. Okay. Let's start slowly with this Cultivator and get some cool mana. We will take the green one. This needs 3 green, right? This creates a tree fork that will get tapped, unfortunately. Do we play Otawara? No, I think this is like this. Let me think, because we want to play all of them, so we need to calculate exactly the correct mana. So we will have 3 green with the remaining land, and we can Otawara. But this one won't give mana, right? Because it has summoning sickness. We could also go for the Cyclone Summoner. I know, my friend, but we actually have things to do here. We don't have legendary, right? Creature, so that's not correct. I think we need more cards. I will gladly draw a card. Yeah, I know that we said something different, but we changed our mind. And that is fine. So we want big board. It will be forest. And I think it's okay for the turn. Like every turn we are getting 3 cards. So even if he storms the festival next turn, like we can do a lot here. And we are at 22, so yeah, Wrenn is something that we generally want to protect, but we have enough cards, so I'm not extremely scared. Okay, Denick. So this will be interesting game. Like I'm not sure who has the bigger edge. I think we have, if he cannot remove the card draw advantages. Because at some point we just cast huge Cyclone Summoner and start the board. Okay, that's interesting. Probably a good idea. So I think he tries to go for the kill as quickly as possible, which is probably a smart idea. But he needs to kill Wrenn as well. And he needs to dedicate at least 2 creatures to attack Wrenn or reach unblock. So that's pretty awkward for him, because I don't think he wants Wrenn in the game. Like not on our side. Also, a Cyclone Summoner destroys all the tokens, also wedding announcement as well. And he did dedicate 2 creatures, so it means we don't block it anymore. Yeah, because it dies anyway. So, do we go for the chompy? I don't want to Cyclone unless I have to. So I think we do it like this, to preserve the HP. Don't forget, this is not on the board. The small 4/4 Rhino will be on the board though. We have both a lot of token things, but I just want to draw as long as possible. And then we reset everything with the Cyclone Summoner. That's the idea that I'm having. Field of Ruin. Weird. Let's draw, see what more we have. Okay, that's interesting. And then it doesn't seem to have many basics. We could basic check him. Really interesting call. I think we play like this. We get the Stomper, sure. That's pretty big creature. Because I want more mana. I definitely want more mana. We can give trample to everything. And I don't think it's worth it. So let's draw a card. We do want more cards. If I do it like this, then they are forced to block with something, like the Rhino. And then we untap. But how really good is it? It's probably not the best. So, Field of Ruin, we have Otawara. If we really want, we could even Cyclone Summoner this. But I think we need more mana to do it. So, we can possibly do it next turn. Oh man, what a game it turns to be between us and the Max bro. And listen, I get that he's impatient because you don't want to wait on someone else playing. But when you have so many different decisions, like that's what you have to do, unfortunately. So we can bounce the wedding announcement, so his creatures are smaller than he thought. Okay. So it's probably Stomper, right? This is higher value cost, and this is token, this is token, this is token. We are approaching the Cyclone Summoner turn, definitely. And don't forget, we destroy all the treasures as well. Man, if he doesn't have basics, that will be so amazing for us, because we can double destroy his land at the end step. Okay, that's a token. That's perfect, because all the tokens will be dead next turn. Like, we are gearing toward the summoners so much. Unfortunately, we will lose the notebook. So that's some of non-bo in this deck, but you need to live with this. And then enemy is nowhere near Storm the Festival next turn, without all the treasures. Okay, maximum damage. enemy is just going crazy. And that's fine. He actually has only 5 cards. He will only bounce 5 cards out of all of this, which is pretty funny in a way. This is all permanents. Except land, so this actually will stay. That's something to remember. So how much damage is it? I wonder what if has 3 or more transformed. Oh, it doesn't transform? That's interesting interaction. So it's 10 damage. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. So we probably have to block, right? So with this it's 5, 10, 20. We could take 20, but then we die very easily. So I think we also block. What is the biggest one? This one. We could bounce something, but I rather take the damage and have the options for later. Also, when we bounce everything, we get the Stomper, or the equivalent of Stomper, right? That's interesting interaction. It keeps going forever. I wasn't aware of this one. Sure. So we are at den step right now, and let's check you. Let's get rid of this one. I think he might not have it. Like, either one basic or no basics. So let's see, he has 6 mana right now. Will there be a basic land? And honestly, oh, I see some place, my friend. Oh no, he has a forest. I think it might be the only one, but I'm not risking Boseiju for this one. Okay, sure. And I got so excited. And we will do all of this after the main phases, because I want Glorious Sunrise thing. Okay, first of all, let's do this. And draw some cards while we can. What a game this turns to be. We definitely need as much mana as possible here. So we draw another card, right? Or maybe... No, we actually bounce everything. So let's go into the next step. Target land gains this until end of turn. Okay, so it will be useful for this one turn. Oh man. It sucks that we need to give up the notebook. Unfortunate. But what can you do? What can you freaking do? And enemy has what? 7 mana and that's it. So if he wants to play Tamiyo, that's his basically most of the turn. Okay, and he cycles because he's realizing that the treasures won't be there. I actually should go full control. That was my mistake as well. Why cannot... Oh, right. We get the thingy. And honestly, I think we are in a very good position to win this. Let's make the token. So this turn is really important. We want as big creatures as possible, because we want to give them trample next turn. Frankly, do we try for Boseiju? What can he make that we want to target? Nothing here. I actually will do it. We don't have better place. So, he has only 2 blue. And few white. Let's go for this one. This seems to be the one that hurts the most. Because there is a high chance he plays 1 basic. Maybe not high, but moderate. See? That was the only basic from his deck. So right now we cut his turn by like 16% or something. And also destroyed 1 of his mana sources, so he has only two white. So after apparition he has no white. Like, he still has place, but we definitely reverse tempo by quite a lot here. And we have Otawara and the Sunrise. So we really need to make it count. Okay, so enemy prepares for 2-turn play, basically. So he wants to create as many small creatures, so Innkeeper probably? Yeah, so he wants to prepare as much mana as possible for the next turn, because he expects the next turn to be the one he swings the full tempo with. And it might be true, we will see, we will see. Man, this has become one of the most epic games. Like, Cyclone Summoner is such a tempo reversal. I really whip on my small token that drew me cards, but this one is drawing cards as well, so it's fine. That's a decent draw. Let's reveal some cards. Oh, and not hit a single one, that seems... By the way, those were 2 of the best drops in our deck. That we didn't draw a single time so far in this game. Thank you, Magic, thank you. Okay, we start with this one. We need to go for the kill as quickly as possible. Trample. That's a big attack. And we need to really pressure them, and they don't mind, which I can understand. But we took them to 20, only 20. Can we cast it? Nope, we can't. So it means Esika's Chariot, so we get even more power. And this is for the next turn as a play. Oh man, I'm still not sure if we can win this one. Enemy will have really powerful turn this turn. But we have a lot of board and we will create a copy of the tree fork. Okay, sure. What is the target? Esika's Chariot, right? That's basically the only target he has. Okay, but this is 3 mana play. So I think it's Tamiyo for this one. This will be 4 mana, right? And he has 4 mana more. So that's quite a lot. That's quite a lot. We'll see what he does with it. Otawara might be a crucial card here. It's so unfortunate that he sees this card. I think we might Otawara our own summoner at some point. Oh no. He knows about it. He will target the summoner so we cannot bounce it. Because we basically can do the full reset again. And usually we are really ahead with the tempo. Please do the tree fork. Oh, that's so good for us. That's actually so good for us, I think. He has only Emperor as a removal, I think. He can play Tamiyo. Honestly, he definitely should. We actually are at 7, so we need to be careful about this. Like, Glorious Sunrise is so good with this mana thing, because you can replay the board so much better. I feel that we have chances to win this game, but we need to play it right. That's an interesting choice. Okay, so he wants to kill the Wrenn. And he will get it, because we only have 1 blocker. Okay. This is pretty huge draw. This is actually a pretty big draw. So we have options. We can attack with everything, but then he gives us the apparition, right? And we lose on some stuff for the future turn. I think we keep Decisive Denial for one of the big planewalkers, and that's probably something he does not expect. I hope. We have only 7, we have only 10 mana this game, somehow, I don't know how it's possible. Yeah, so we can have up to what? 12 mana. Oh man. Oh man, that's so freaking hard. Can we survive one more turn? We can Decisive Denial his apparition, then make a blocker, then he taps one of them, then we block the other one. I think we can survive. Okay. I think we need to go like for the full smork mode. So let's give our creature a trample. Okay, I think I have some plan in the mind. If he blocks with apparition, that's not much damage mitigation, and it's helpful against our blocks. So he's at 14, and that's good. Now we play this. We hopefully make a very good creature. Yes! Freaking yes! That's what we play around. This is our like main thing in the deck. Bro, finally. Okay, token. Do we get 5/5? Sure. Let's target this player. I think this one is deserving the HP more. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, had to think. I actually miscounted a bit. I thought that I can cast it at the end step. But you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Decisive Denial. Carry us. It might be Storm the Festival. Man, do we counter it? We probably should, right? Okay, so he goes for the lifelink. This will be so interesting. So I think we kill the creature that he will want to lifelink. Oh, okay. Okay, okay.
I'll be your shield.
I think the big play might be. I'm not sure. Man, like, imagine how many decisions we made this game. Portable Hall. It's actually pretty good. It is actually pretty good. He can tap one of the creatures, right? He will tap the Titan. We can double block this and it's 4 damage, so that's okay. That's okay. We need, like, Decisive Denial will be, like, this is tempo based. He always has cards. He always have options. So we just need to force him into playing every mana every turn. Yep. So my idea is to give everything trample, bounce the summoner, replay the summoner, and then Decisive Denial whatever is left somehow, and then trample for the win with the sunrise on the following turn. But Tamiyo is such a big problem for this turn because it always disables our big attacker for the turn. Danik, sure. You have your Danik. That's not as much toughness on the board, frankly. We could also go with the Cardo, but I just don't think it's something that wins us the game. Sixteen. Oh man, what a freaking game. What is the play here? So we can either go for the full trample mode. So let's think, everything is +1. So he will double block the summoner. He will block, 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 and we don't really get much damage done.
Remember your training.
So we could fight something. Oh, that's interesting choice. Can we kill him? If we kill this one during our turn, we have what? 8, 12, 18 power, and he has 5, 6, so he will be at 4. Oh man, that's so close. So close. But we cannot kill him, right? But if we attack and then replay, then we bounce the summoner, but we don't have mana. We actually don't have mana to do it. So I think we invest one of the tokens. It won't be the biggest damage, and it's something that dies after we summon her again anyway. What a freaking game. I'm so not sure what exactly is the good play here. But I definitely feel like we need to attack him as hard as we can. If he double block the summoner, then it's fine, right? We still do it again. So we have 4 mana and 7 mana, so you can exactly replay everything, but then no Decisive Denial. I want Decisive Denial so much. Oh man, what do you really do with this? I'm so lost, guys. I'm so lost. Okay, so we have different plans, but I don't have time to talk through all of them. So I think we need to go with Decisive Denial play, because he doesn't know about this one. I want to bluff a bit, because I want him to block my tokens, because they will be useless after we bounce them. So I want to do it like this. I want to counter one of his big planewalkers that he counts on winning the game with. Okay, so far so good. And he takes the damage. Nice. That's good. Okay, and now we have mana. So we can do it like this. And we have exactly Decisive Denial. And Decisive Denial needs to be the card that carries us throughout the game. Oh man, that was perfect turn. I think like this is exactly what we wanted. Enemy needs to rebuild, and we can cut his turn in a half with Decisive Denial that he doesn't know, because that's the only card that he doesn't know of. So he's starting slowly because he wants to pressure me into countering or doing the other card that he doesn't know of. And we definitely don't want to do it. Enemy knows how close to death he is because we can pump it to 8. So effectively he's at 1 HP, but we are slowly lacking out of options. So this Decisive Denial needs to be so huge. And he knows that we played exactly to have this 2 mana. We even sacrificed so much damage with the +1/+1 trample. Okay, so this will be... Wow, that's perfect. He exactly left 3. I'm impressed. I am impressed, my friend.
Chronicles Phyrexia's rise.
So this will be a tap right now. Yeah, it's only a creature, we cannot kill the Planewalker. That's unfortunate. Man, Tamiyo, our Bane, and he sees it's some kind of negate thing, because we didn't have triggers. If he's smart, he knows exactly what the card is that we are holding. The priority gave it away. It doesn't trigger, like it's a reader, it doesn't trigger at creature casting. Yeah. Oh man, I think that it's slipping away from us. I feel it's slipping away. We still need to keep up the denial. That's our big play. Because we might over-trample him if he plays something not as he should. Let's make dudes. Like, I mean a lot of dudes. Shield counter, it doesn't seem to matter. However, destroying this one freaking artifact will matter quite a lot. Yeah, for one. Oh, we don't have basics in our deck. Good to know, good to know. How do we have so few cards? Like, we have only 8? Like, are you seeing it? Where are my lands? Are they all here? I don't know. They are somewhere. An enemy sees like we are holding this one card. Man, I never thought that me and Maxo are destined to fight forever. He plays around the denial so well. Yeah, it will be -2, probably. And tapping the Titan. Tamiyo, honestly, this is the only card that made this game winnable for the enemy. If not Tamiyo, we would be so far ahead on every single case. And I think like right now we are just, oh man, we are just falling behind, and look at the enemy cards. Like, he's not playing into our counterspells. I think he exactly knows what we hold. Because of the triggers and the mana that we have left. It was exactly the mana. Look at this. He doesn't play any non-creature unless he has 3 to pay. So we will see. I will check the next draw, but I think after this card is not good enough. I think we just scoop. Especially he has the ultimate on Tamiyo. Man, maybe we shouldn't have ultimate our Tamiyo and just keep tapping. Maybe that would give us more time, enough time to slow the game. I'm not sure. Okay, that is a card. That is definitely a big card. We can make can we make this? Oh my god, can we make this game any longer? Yes, we freaking can. You know the drill by now. So it's Glorious Sunrise. And the reason is that we want to, basically you invest 5 mana into having 3 mana next turn. And that's pretty huge. Let's go. Man, can you believe this game? Like, can you even believe? Also, if he goes for the notebook, he loses Tamiyo finally. 3 life. I don't think he can kill us. Man, with this Memory Deluge, I actually think we have the chance. We are back on the menu, guys. We are back on the menu. I wish I could cast it. Oh no, but we don't have basics, right? Forest or island card? Basic, yeah. Choose attackers. Okay, we definitely want to attack. Now the question is what? Face? How can we win? By attacking face? Like, probably. Let's be honest, we don't have much better choice than this. And we still hold up Decisive Denial. And later it's also good because you can fight something with your big creature. Okay, and he takes it. That's a 3-4 damage. I don't mind. I don't mind, my friend. So, again and again until we smorg the enemy out of this game. If he plays Elspeth, sure. If he plays Elspeth into Lifelink, that's something we need to like prevent. Basically, we need a lot of big creatures, and the problem is with this Tamiyo because he always taps our 7/7, so we cannot really attack with it. And he mitigates the biggest chunk of the damage. Oh, he killed his own planewalker. That's interesting. Like all the treasures that he's getting right now is not as relevant because we'll bounce them. Counters are not relevant. Actually, only life gain is relevant. Unfortunately, he has those 3 treasures that don't make a difference if we Decisive Denial. It might be a fight spell in the end. Okay, you make a token. And we cannot counter. That's creepy. That's like, I guess, undead emperor that has been completed. That's so weird. This is actually very strong. This is a very good play for him. How do we answer? I think we need to go through with Wrenn and Cyclone Summoner and things like this. So we will get the 3 mana, so we can rebuild a bit better. That's fine. That's fine. Look at his plays. Always 3 left. But we still need to threaten it because it is slowing his plays by quite a lot. So right now he banks that we don't have the Cyclone Summoner that we actually do have. I think this has been like 1 or 2nd most epic game I have ever played in my life so far. It's been so back and forth. I cannot believe it. Life gain hurts. I really hate the life gain. 27, 18, so we need to kill him somehow. Like, we have a lot of damage, but he's healing so much. Oh, finally. Yeah. Can we freaking do it. Have it over with. I do it also because I don't really want to hold mana for the future turns. I want to go like all in with the creatures I have. Land is actually okay. So here we can attack, but it won't really achieve anything. And you know what? No reason to do it. Unfortunately, it tells exactly what we want to do. Please, Tamiyo, just go away. This card has been the bane of us. And it really shows how good she can be. Yep, exactly. Correct play by the enemy. So, shall we do it freaking again? Enemy is definitely enjoying this game as much as possible. So we need 2 big hitters, right? But enemy is at 26, so he can take it all. Like, he will play Tamiyo, block this one. Alright, he has portable horror even. I forgot about this small part. This small inconvenience. but I guess he will take something sooner or later. So we will go into Memory Deluge plan probably. And again, the game seems to slip away from us. Seems to slip away. I think I will cast the Deluge and see what's in the top cards. And I think that we'll slowly wrap it up because like we don't have very good draws. Like we went through our big hitters. Koma would be so important here. It can be like prevent stuff from happening and it can create so much pressure, but in the end Tamiyo was a bit too much. I think that if enemy didn't have Tamiyo so early in the game, we would have won this. Okay, so that's interesting. No Tamiyo. Oh, because this is Emperor, right? Double blue. Okay, so this is an Emperor. That's not great. I will go for the Memory Deluge. I need to see our options. And we still have 5 mana. Yep, that's the Emperor. Exactly, so he doesn't want to hit this Decisive Denial. And he can still cast everything for the full turn. Yeah, and that would work exactly. Hole! Imagine if we had Hole before, after every bouncing. We could just mark him. Okay, so what is the play? Hole is okay here, even now. And I guess Memory Deluge, we just need to go into this direction. I guess. Not loving this one. Let's mill ourselves a bit. Let's put the Hole into the game. He already sees it. And we have what? 5 mana. So probably this is the most efficient, right? It's also pre-combat phase, so we get the value. And we draw a card, because we still have 9 in the deck. Oh man, can you feel the gameplay? Enemy can use it at instant speed. I'm not sure if we should keep on playing or we should just concede, because I don't think there's much way we can get out of this pickle, and I really want to show this game to you guys. But at the same time, if you watched until now and you don't see the final, like, you might be angry at me and I would understand you completely. So the Tamiyo, the bane of our deck, the monster that we created ourselves, is back. Man, like, I feel that we shouldn't sacrifice our Tamiyo. Like, it has been such a big difference throughout the game. So, let's think, is there a sense to play it out? Enemy has so much value, we don't. I think that was a good game. I think that's it. I don't think we can come back from this. It was close, many times, but it's just a bit too late. So, that's a good game. Enemy is probably not hurting us, but that's fine. He's still a bro for playing Tamiyo.